Every organization has a culture, but few deliberately design one they can be proud of. Left to chance, workplace culture becomes a haphazard mix of habits and attitudes, often undermining success. However, a powerful, positive culture is not a mystical ideal reserved for a few celebrated companies. It is a tangible engine for performance that any leader can build. The key lies in moving from vague aspirations to a concrete, living framework that guides every decision and interaction. This process transforms culture from an abstract concept into your company's greatest strategic asset, driving employee engagement, customer loyalty, and long-term resilience. The foundational tool for this transformation is an organizational constitution. This is a formal document that acts as the company's cultural blueprint, answering critical questions about purpose, values, and expected behaviors. Think of it as the rules of the road for your professional community. It provides clarity in ambiguous situations, such as how to handle internal conflict or make ethical business choices. For example, a constitution with a clear value of respect accompanied by a defined behavior like "we address concerns directly and privately" gives employees a reliable guide for action. This clarity creates an environment where people feel safe, understood, and aligned, which in turn fuels productivity and innovation. Companies renowned for their vibrant cultures, like the online retailer Zappos, credit such explicit frameworks for their success, proving that a consciously built culture is a formidable competitive advantage. Before attempting to reshape an entire organization, a leader must first look inward. The culture of any team or company is a reflection of its leadership. Employees watch what leaders do far more than they listen to what they say. Therefore, any lasting cultural change must begin with a personal constitution. This is a leader's own declaration of their core purpose, values, and the specific behaviors that demonstrate those values. Crafting this personal document involves deep introspection. What is my fundamental purpose as a leader? What am I proud to be known for? If a value is curiosity, a corresponding behavior might be, I dedicate 1 hour each week to learning about an unrelated field. By defining and committing to this personal standard, a leader becomes the first and most crucial living example of the culture they wish to create. This authenticity is non-negotiable. Without it, any organizational constitution will be seen as mere wallpaper, instantly ignored. With a solid personal foundation, the same methodology is applied to craft the organizational constitution. The process starts with a compelling purpose statement that goes beyond profit. A powerful purpose explains what the company does, for whom, and why it matters in a way that inspires both employees and customers. It answers the question of legacy. Next, identify 3 to 5 core values. These are not generic words like integrity or excellence but are given unique, company-specific definitions. For each value, attach 1 or 2 observable, measurable behaviors that bring it to life. If a value is collaboration, a behavior might be we share credit publicly and acknowledge all contributions. This linkage from abstract value to concrete action is what makes a constitution operational, turning philosophy into daily practice. Introducing this new framework will inevitably meet resistance, primarily from those in existing leadership roles. Some may pay lip service while their behavior remains unchanged, others may openly criticize the effort as a waste of time. Handling this resistance effectively is critical. The approach is not to take it personally but to see it as a natural reaction to change. Address it through calm, non-judgmental conversations focused solely on the observable behavior that conflicts with the new standards. Give the individual a chance to voice their concerns, listen to understand, but remain unwavering on the non-negotiable requirement to align with the core values. The message must be clear: adopting the Constitution is a condition of leadership. If, after a fair chance to adapt, the behavior does not change, the individual must be removed. Allowing a leader to consistently violate the Constitution destroys its credibility and halts cultural progress. Finally, to protect and perpetuate the culture, hiring and onboarding practices must be fully aligned with the Constitution. The goal shifts from hiring solely for skill to hiring for both skill and cultural fit. This starts by embedding the company's purpose and values directly into job postings to attract like-minded candidates. During the hiring process, interview questions should probe for past behaviors that demonstrate alignment with these values. Once hired, integration is key. New employees require deliberate cultural exposure through formal education on the Constitution and a mentorship program that connects them with a role model. Recognizing and praising new hires when they exemplify the desired behaviors reinforces their importance from day one. This careful, consistent approach ensures that every new person adds to, rather than erodes, the cultural engine you have worked so hard to build.